Wall Street, the nation's financial center. Madison Avenue, advertising capital of the United States. Boston's Route 128. Silicon Valley, hotbeds of American technology. And Southern California, entertainment center of the world. From these and other important locations throughout North America, Chesney Communications presents Window on Wall Street.
Welcome to this Window on Wall Street special report. I'm Robert Chesney. You know, as a life insurance industry professional, I'm willing to bet there's at least two issues that tend to keep you awake at night. First, the high turnover rate of your new recruits. And second, the fact that most of your senior producers, well, they plateaued in their production. Well, joining me today on this special report is an insurance industry specialist who works with companies and agents to solve these problems, Kenneth Varga. Unlike the myriad of so-called experts and motivational speakers who've never sold a policy, Ken Varga's been in the insurance industry virtually all of his adult life. Today he has almost 500,000 active customers. Ken Varga, thanks for joining us.
Well, it's really a pleasure being here.
Ken, I'm curious, tell us about your background in the insurance industry.
Believe it or not, Bob, I got married and didn't even have a job. And while I was looking for employment, answering employment ads and what have you, what happened was that all of a sudden insurance agents started calling up the newlywed list because we were just married, and they wanted to sell me life insurance, and I told them I know I need it. Unfortunately, I don't have a job. And they said, you don't have a job? Come on down for an interview. And that's how I got to work with Metropolitan Life Insurance Company.
Ken, in achieving your success in the industry, what was the breakthrough strategy that you used? How did you do it?
Learning how to get referrals and turning my customers into advocates of my business and referring all the people that they know. You know, the reason most agents have to struggle just to get by is they simply haven't mastered one key business skill. This is the most important business skill that you will ever learn. And after you've mastered it, you'll possess what I call an unfair competitive advantage that'll make you very rich and successful. Your insurance business or career certainly has the potential to make you a fortune. And after you've learned and mastered the most important business skill, then you'll be able to unlock the enormous wealth that it can create. The skill I'm talking about is knowing how to attract customers, provide quality products, and exceptional service. And the most critical part is maintaining them as customers for life. In short, this is the secret of becoming incredibly successful in our business. Now, I realize this statement may be contrary to what you've read, heard, or really been told. For example, you may have been told that the key to making a lot of money in the insurance business is to know how to manage your agency or practice well. While knowing how to manage your agency well is one of the important ingredients to building a successful insurance operation, trust me, it's not the most important. You see, even if you have the best agency management skills in the world, if you don't have the skills to attract a large number of customers and keep them for life, then you'll end up making only an average income at best. On the other hand, if you know how to get and keep lots of customers for a long time, then even if you have the worst agency management skills in the world, you'll still be able to make a great income in your insurance business. Customers or clients are the lifeblood of every business, including yours and mine. Most agencies fail because they don't have enough customers buying from them regularly. Either the agency fails to attract a sufficient number of customers, or it lets customers slip away. In my career, I've seen many agencies fail because of this reason more than any other. You wouldn't believe the number of well-managed agencies that went out of business because they simply didn't have enough of customers doing business with them regularly. On the other hand, There are some poorly managed agencies that are still in business today simply because they have enough of customers buying from them regularly. The quickest way to grow your customer base is to make getting and keeping clients for life. The number one priority of your agency should be this.
Now, Ken, you're speaking professionally to insurance groups, companies, agents all over the country. What is your motivation for actually going out and speaking, giving away your secrets?
My motivation to give speaking engagements and workshops for insurance companies is because I've been appalled over the last couple of years how insurance agents, the concept that people have in their minds about us is the lowest of low. We're rated in some polls lower than car salespeople. To me, that's very appalling because we are, in essence, their dream doctors and dream protectors. And I decided to share all the successful secrets that I created to build my business and share it with other insurance agents and companies because I want us to have the industry have a different image. You know, whenever I ask agents what's the main purpose of their business, they usually tell me to make a profit. Obviously, one of the goals of any business is to make a profit. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in business for very long. But interestingly, in the early years of my insurance career, I also thought the main purpose of my agency was to make a profit. So, guess what I did? You're right. I focused my time, energy, and effort figuring out ways to make as much profit as I possibly could. But you know what? Just like many agents, no matter how hard I worked, I was only able to make enough of money just to get by. I didn't understand it. If I was doing everything I knew to make a profit, then how come I was making peanuts? Well, after struggling to make money for several years, I eventually admitted to myself that making money wasn't the main purpose of my agency at all. So one day I reasoned there must be something in my business which, if I were to learn how to do it extremely well, would allow me to make the kind of income that I wanted. And you know what? I was right. There was. And after examining many of the top agents in the country, I found that they all had this one thing in common. They all knew how to do this one business activity extremely well. Can you guess what it is? You're absolutely right. They all knew how to get and keep lots of customers. But in the beginning, I didn't believe becoming successful in the insurance business could be this simple. So I thought, besides knowing how to attract and keep tons of customers, there must be other factors that were responsible for these agents' success. And I found out that there were. For example, all of these agents knew how to manage their cash flow, their employees, and their time very well. But the main factor that made these agents stand out head and shoulders above and beyond everybody else was that they knew how to get and keep customers better than their competitors. Anyhow, after pondering on this idea for a while, I finally realized that the primary key to making a fortune in the insurance business is knowing how to get and keep an endless supply of clients. And the same thing is true with you. After you've learned how to get and keep a large number of clients, you'll also be able to make the kind of income you want. Over the years, I've met many agents who had hired agency consultants to help them turn their business around. Unfortunately, although most of these consultants knew quite a bit about agency management and strategies and many techniques, only a few knew how to get and keep lots of customers. So as you can imagine, without a steady supply of clients, buying from them regularly, most of these agents still find themselves in a very challenging situation even today.